I'm Paul Levinson, and welcome to Light On, Light Through, episode 370, my review of Law and Order Special Victims Unit Season 25 premiere. Well, I usually review television that's streaming somewhere on Netflix or Amazon Prime Video or Paramount Plus, or every once in a while, a show on old fashioned cable television. Very rarely do I review anything on even more old fashioned broadcast television. But Law and Order Special Victims is a very special show indeed. And I thought I'd give you a brief review of the wonderful debut of its 25th season that took place on NBC last Wednesday night. Good old-fashioned broadcast television. And wow, there's really more than one reason, lots of reasons that this extraordinary series has lasted so long. And to give you a tagline for this brief review of Law and Order Special Victims Unit Season 25, Episode 1, it was better than ever. And of course, there will be spoilers ahead. Well, let's start with Mariska Hargitay, who has played Olivia Benson, who has moved from detective to captain since the series began on the doorstep of the 21st century in 1999. She, Olivia Benson, is an incredible character, and that's in large part, because Mariska Hargitay is a great actress, delivering a continuum of emotion ranging from tenderness and compassion to searing outrage, all with an ease and effectiveness that makes you think she actually is Olivia Benson. Same for her supporting staff, which now consists of Ice-T as Sergeant Finn Tutola, Peter Scanavino as ADA Sonny Carisi, who started as Detective Carisi, Kelly Giddish as a professor at Fordham Law School. Yes, I'm looking forward to saying hello to her in a faculty meeting at Fordham University in an alternate reality. She, like Carisi, started the series as a detective, and the two are now happily married. She unfortunately has much less screen time now as professor, though. I'd like to see more of Kelly Giddish's character on the screen. And getting back to the great supporting staff of Olivia Benson, there is Octavio Pisano as Detective Joe Velasco. He's in fine form, too. But hey, here's a minor complaint. How come Detective Terry Bruno, played by Kevin Kane, isn't featured in that zoom-in photo at the beginning of the episode? He's a major player on the squad. I know that not everyone in the series, certainly not every actor or actress who is in the police department is in that initial walk on or zoom in. But I do think Bruno plays an important role, and I'd like to see him in that initial introduction as well. Now, the basic plot of this premiere episode was outstanding, too. A 15-year-old girl is kidnapped. Benson soon after sees her in the kidnapped vehicle as Benson is driving her son. Her SVU instincts tell her she's seeing something wrong underway, but a blinding sun and understandably talking to her son, the first son is SUN, the second SON, both of those get in the way of her immediately following through on her good instincts. This itself, by the way, I think is one of the best beginnings of any Law and Order SVU, with Benson having even more motivation than she usually has, which is maximum, to find the kidnapped girl and bring her home safe and sound. And all of this sets up a painful but very realistic ending for this episode, with Benson and the SVU team unable to find and free the kidnapped victim, at least for now. Hats off to the SVU writers and producers for going with realism rather than a happy ending. As my wife said, their skills didn't diminish at all during the time off for the strike. Here are some other parts of the show I really liked. The toast to Munch, even before the kidnapping. The introduction of Carisi's cousin as a possible but unlikely romantic interest for Benson. The introduction of the New Jersey SVU detective Mary Mackenzie, well played by Cindy Lental, whom I hope Benson brings into the Law and Order SVU team. And finally, the montage of scene shots, also before the kidnapping, of Benson's work for SVU over these 25 years. It was really good to see the show back in business.
The Light on Light Through podcast.
And I hope you enjoyed that review of the 25th season debut of Law and Order SVU. I'll be back here next Tuesday afternoon with a review of some other great television, or who knows, maybe an interview. We'll just have to see. In the meantime, stay safe, stay sound, and keep doing whatever you can to help the people of Ukraine and Israel fight off the fascists and terrorists that have invaded their countries.
The Light on Light Through podcast.
Athens, 2042 AD. She ripped the paper in half, then ripped the halves, then ripped what was left again into bits and pieces of history that could have been. Sierra Waters had read once that, years ago, it was thought that men made love for the thrill, while women made love for the sense of connection it gave them.
Curled Up with a Good Book says, Sierra Waters is sexy as hell. You can find out more about The Plot to Save Socrates by Paul Levinson at theplot2savesocrates.com.
Paul Levinson spilled code about an ancient biotech war raging on in secret for centuries.